Okay, so in this video we'll use that Q equals mc delta T equation again, and we'll just switch it around a little bit. So just remember that Q equals mc delta T, where m is the mass in grams, C is specific heat, and delta T is the change in temperature. Well, if I algebra this guy, let's say I divide both sides by mass times specific heat, this m will cancel out with this m, this c will cancel out with this c, and what I'm left with is the change in temperature is equal to the heat transferred divided by the mass times the specific heat. And just while we're here, we can also just say that the mass is equal to the heat transfer divided by the specific heat times the change in temperature, and let's see, and the specific heat is equal to the heat transferred divided by the mass times the change in temperature. But I just rearranged the equation to get these three. And you should be able to do all three of these, but the one that I think is the most relevant is this one. So let's say I transfer 100 joules of energy to this 10-gram block, and this 10-gram block has a specific heat of 2 joules per gram degree Celsius. And we'll always give you what the specific heat is. You don't have to memorize these things. Or we'll give you a table and you'll just figure out, oh, for water, for example, it's 4.184 joules per gram degree Celsius. For granite, it's 0.79 joules per gram degree Celsius. So don't worry about remembering those numbers. We'll give them to you. Okay. So if I want to figure out how much this block changed in temperature, by adding 100 joules to it, it's 10 grams, and its specific heat is 2 joules per gram degree Celsius. So let's just think about this before we plug it into the equation. From the specific heat standpoint, I need 2 joules to make 1 gram of this go up by 1 degree Celsius. Okay, we have 10 grams here. Okay, so for each gram I need 2 joules to make it go up by 1 degree Celsius. So if I have 10 grams, it means I need 20 joules to make this whole thing go up by 1 degree Celsius. So I need 20 joules to make this whole block go up by 1 degree Celsius. Now if I'm adding 100 joules, and every 20 it goes up by 1 degree Celsius, that means I would be able to increase its temperature by 1 degree Celsius 5 times. Right? So we would expect our change in temperature to be 5 degrees Celsius. And that's just stemming from kind of thinking it out and thinking about what specific heat means. Let's plug it into the equation and make sure we're right. So delta T equals Q, 100 joules, divided by the mass, 10 grams, times the specific heat, which is 2 joules per gram degree Celsius. Okay, what we get is kind of what we just did, right? We said 100 joules divided by 20 joules per degree Celsius. That's kind of what we just talked about. And that gave us 5 degrees Celsius. Look at us go. So there you go. So we're just saying that if you add 100 joules to a block that's 10 grams, and per gram of this block you need 2 joules to make it go by 1 degree Celsius, that means that we need 20 joules to make this whole thing go up by 1 degree Celsius. And if we have 100 joules that are being added to it, we can make that block go by 1 degree Celsius 5 times. All right. Didn't mean to make that mark there. There we go.